the children of heirs, man. We're the ones who get the promised land, promises, the covenant, you know, all these beautiful things for the Most High. The Most High chose us, not him, so he hates us.
Right, he hates the whole nation of Israel, not just the elect, all the Israelites. He hates every single one of them. But the elect of the nation of Israel, the 1/3, are going to be delivered, but 2/3 of the nation of Israel are going to be destroyed by the hand of Esau, and ultimately Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. Verse 7, thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth.
Right, and another thing real quick, what better way to prepare Esau in the blood than for him to do everything that requires blood from him? You know, he stole the land unrighteously, killed unrighteously, he's still killing unrighteously, touching the apple of the Most High's eye, which are the Israelites. You know, what better way than to condemn a man, than to get him to do everything that you hate? That's what the Most High is doing. He's getting him to do all these he's allowing these certain things to happen. That way, he has no excuse to be like, hey, I'm gonna kill you now. You know?
So Esau's broken every single commandment in the Bible. So everything the Most High said for him, for a man not to do, Esau's done it. Everything. He's broken every commandment. And he's committed blasphemy. Blasphemy is the one and only thing you can't be forgiven for against the Holy Ghost. So Esau, man, he's done. And not only because of that, he despised his birthright. So his father, Isaac, gave him his blessing, that he was gonna get the fatness of the earth but live by the sword. And then you go to Hebrews chapter 12, it tells you that there's no forgiveness for himself, for his sins. Though he tried to seek it out through much crime. So he's done. Esau, which is the last ruler of this world, and it says in 2nd Ezra chapter 7, or chapter 6, it says that Esau's the end of the world. So we're living in the last day. We're living at the end of Esau's kingdom. So he's gonna be destroyed because he shed blood. And the scriptures say in Numbers 35 that any blood that's spilled upon that land, by that man, his own blood has to be shed. Because the scriptures even say, he that killeth the man, you know, that his blood has to be poured out. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. And that's all Esau, the so-called white man today. For everything he's done, going all the way up to the time he was Esau, Cain. That far back to the time he was Cain. He's still a fugitive, running from his judgment, which according to the Bible, he's going to be wiped out of existence.
Got one? This is Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 16. Thy terribleness hath deceived thee in the pride of thine heart, O that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, that holdest the height of the hill. Though thou shouldest make thy nest as high as the eagle, I will bring thee down from thence, saith the Lord.
Right, the Lord says he's going to bring Esau down. So no matter what Esau does or how he tries to disguise himself, you know, or what false philosophy, doctrine he tries to put out to disrupt prophecy or destroy God's people, it's not going to happen. The Most High is orchestrating all this, and the Most High, through his son Yahweh Shai, is going to bring down his kingdom, like he did to Pharaoh.
Yep. And it can only come out, it can only happen from the Most High. No man will be able to save the nation of Israel but the Most High and the son Yahweh Shai. It says, also Edom shall be a desolation. Everyone that goeth by it shall be astonished, and shall hiss at all the plagues thereof.
Right, he's going to be a desolation. He's going to be bare, naked, unfruitful. The land, there's a place called America, ain't going to be nothing but a wasteland.
It says, as in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighboring cities thereof, says the Lord, no man shall abide there.
Right, what happened to Sodom and Gomorrah? You know, they ain't nothing over there. It was ignited, engulfed through flames from the heavens.
As in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighbor cities thereof, said the Lord, no man shall abide there.
And the neighboring cities around Sodom and Gomorrah. It wasn't just Sodom and Gomorrah that got consumed. It was all the other neighboring cities. Just like America. America got all the different states. It's not just New York gonna get hit, right? Like the Twin Towers got hit. It's not gonna be like this. It's gonna be all these cities. All these cities on the Western Hemisphere.
Right. And it's not like the Most High is gonna have these missiles drop perfectly to where they all ignite into the perfect shape of the land of America. It's gonna be like parts of Canada and Mexico, parts of South America. You know, it's gonna be a great big fire, man. It says, no man shall abide there, neither shall a son of man dwell in it. Behold, he shall come up like a lion from the swelling of Jordan against the habitation of the strong. I'm gonna jump down, verse 20. Therefore hear the counsel of the Lord that he had taken against Edom and his purposes, that he had purpose against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them. The earth is moved at the noise of their fall, at the cry the noise thereof was heard in the Red Sea. Behold, he shall come up and fly as an eagle, and spread his wings on the most rock. And at that day shall the heart of the mighty men of Edom be as the heart of a woman in their pangs. No, but I thought it was a different scripture, but the point is, that's what's, America's gonna be a desolation like the brother's speaking of. You know? America's gonna, like you said, it's gonna be a wasteland. Ain't nothing gonna come out of America no more ever again. Like the scripture said, it's gonna become a habitation of the devils. And it already is. It's the hold of every foul spirit and unclean and hateful beast. Ain't nothing good about America, but that's what we got coming to America. It's gonna be totally erased, man. And when you write about it, and we write about it in our books, it's gonna be mocked. It's gonna be mocked at. Like I said in Isaiah, when it is being destroyed, people are gonna look upon it and be like, is this really the nation that made, or is this really the man that made the other nations to fear? Because America, man, it ain't nothing, man.
He's just talking about Esau.
I mean, yeah, Esau. But yeah, his whole land in itself, you know. But that's what we got, man. Destruction to America and Esau.
The land can't make people fear. It's the people that live on the land. Esau is the one that's gonna be mocked and laughed at because he's the one that goes around bullying everybody and stealing people's lands and natural resources. He's the one that made all the nations and kingdoms to shake. It was that Lucifer, which means a light bearer. Which he's on the left-hand side though, Esau, Edomites. He's that man. He's not a devil, a mythical creature. That the Edomites come up with horns and red, looking like a creature, like a alien or something. He's actual man, which is the Edomites, the so-called white man. You know, he's the one that makes the people to tremble. He's the one that came over here from Europe and made the Indians to tremble, right? The land Europe didn't make the Indians tremble. It was the people from the land of Europe that came over here to make them tremble. It was a man, Esau, Edomites, man. He's the one that's gonna have to get paid back for everything he's done. Everything that the so-called white man has done has to be paid back. The Most High is a just judge. If he judges his own people and destroyed his own people, he's gonna do it to the heathen too, or to Esau, because you got some of the Latinos and Negroes and Native American Indians that they got a problem because they don't see the white man on this sign, the 12 tribe sign. Or what do you have to say about the white man? They don't like that. But it's not about what we want. It's about what the Lord said and what the Lord, his intentions, his heart, what he wants to do. He's a judge, a righteous judge.
This is Jeremiah 49:12. For thus saith the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken. And art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. For I have sworn by myself, said the Lord, that Bozrah shall become a desolation.
Right, so the point is that he's going to drink that cup. He's not going to go unpunished. And if you read scriptures prior up, it says concerning Edom. So he's not going to go, he's not exempt from judgment. But Esau, out of all the nations in the Bible, he's the only nation that's not going to be shown mercy. He ain't got room for salvation. There's no room for him. Because he's a wicked. Get Micah 1. Micah 1. Malachi 1.
Really, man, to say that real quick, if you want to call it mercy, Esau's been getting his mercy ever since the time he's been running from his judgment. You know, he had his time to where he could have gotten right in the scriptures.
He couldn't.
Yeah.
He couldn't.
Right.
He couldn't.
Right. See?
So he's the only one that's not going to be shown mercy.
Right.
He lost it at the time when he gave up his birthright to his brother Jacob for that fucking bowl of red soup. That was it. And it was already predestined before they were even born. Before either child could commit evil or good. It was already set up by who? By Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, that Esau was going to do that. And that was the promise was going to be given to Jacob, the nation of Israel, the Negroes, Latinos, the Native American Indians. But Esau is the only nation in the Bible that's not going to be shown mercy in that time. He's going to be destroyed completely.
This is Malachi chapter 1, verse 1. The burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, said the Lord. Yet you say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, said the Lord? Yet
right, they were saying was not Esau Jacob's brother. That's what the Israelites were saying, was not Esau Jacob's brother.
And was not Esau Jacob's brother, said the Lord?
Now the Lord's starting to speak right now.
Yet I love Jacob, and I hated Esau.
Right, so the Lord's telling us he loves only Jacob, but he hates Esau. Because Esau is our brother. He's a Hebrew Edomite. So the Lord, the Most High, hates him. The Most High, Yahweh Shai, they hate Esau, the Edomites. In whatever name they come in, whether it be a Khazar, German, a European, an American, he hates you. He hates so-called white man, who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ. There's no mercy for you. The Lord's giving you your time to reign on the earth.
It says, and I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness.
Right, the Most High is going to throw them down. He's going to lace his kingdoms to wasteless. Like he did when they were ruling in the time of the Greeks, the Romans. Where are they at? They were all cast down. But now the Most High had given them his reign, to reign on the earth again. And during this time, under what? America, through NATO, the European Union.
It says, whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places.
That's it. But the point was that the Israelites, they got a problem when they don't see that Esau can be saved. When it's not up to us, it's written in the scriptures. The Most High he's not coming back to save nobody else, man. He's only coming back for his people, the nation of Israel. Ultimately, the elect, that's it, of the nation of Israel. But all the other nations, they're hoping in vain. Like that woman in John chapter 4, she was trying to worship God too, but Yahweh Shai told her, you know not what you worship. For salvation is for the Jews. And we're all Jews, we're all Israelites.
This is Romans 9 and 13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
Go read up like this.
Oh, okay. Verse 1, Romans chapter 9, verse 11, my bad. For the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of the Most High, according to election, might stand.
Right, that the purpose of the Lord and that his election might stand. Before either child were born, Esau and Jacob, that's what it's talking about. It's talking about Esau and Jacob. That the Lord's purpose should stand or be fulfilled, and the election shall stand. Because he only made the covenant with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, not Esau. Not the so-called white man like everybody thinks, that he's blessed, that he's righteous. The white man is not blessed. He's evil, man. He's wicked, and you know you are. You know what you've done, and you know feel guilt. But that guilt that comes from time to time on you, if it does, it's taken away. The Most High hardens your heart, and you're proud. Right. You're wicked, man.
That the purpose of the Most High, according to election, might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth. It was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger, as it is written.
It said the elder shall serve the younger. Who's the elder? Esau. He ain't serving us right now. Why? Because Israel rebelled. They disobeyed the law, statutes, and commandments of the Heavenly Father. So now we have to endure this hell. Going back to the whole point. Being in these bodies, we have to endure hell, endure hardness, and fight against the world, the temptations, the earth, the world, man. Esau being the sword of the Most High, you know, and putting out these wicked, these lies, these philosophies. We have to knock those out the way too.
It says, it was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
Jacob have I loved, and Esau have I hated. Esau, the Lord, the true power, Yahweh, by Shem Yahushua, he don't love you, man. He don't delight in you, he hates you. With the perfect hatred, like King David said. If King David was a man after the Most High's own heart. And he hated Esau, the Edomites. He hated all workers of iniquity. So if David did, the Most High does, man. The Most High tells you he does. He hates workers of iniquity. And Esau's the main head. He's a border of wickedness.
What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with the Most High?
Right. Is there unrighteousness? Is that unrighteous for the Lord to hate? You gotta understand that the Lord is not hating like Esau hates. Esau, the so-called white man, hates unrighteously. He hates you just because the color of your skin. He hates you because you walk a certain way. You speak a certain way. He hates you because if he does know you're an Israelite, he hates you because of that. Because he knows that he's not going to be saved. Only you are. And the promises are eventually going to be given to you. Even if you're a 2/3 die on this side, you're still going to make it. You're still going to come back through the elect on the other side in the kingdom. He hates you for that.
What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with the Most High? God forbid. For he said to Moses.
Right, God forbid. Like there ain't nothing unrighteous in the Lord. Everything he does is perfect. It's right. It's just. The Most High is not an unjust balance like men. The Most High is true to his word.
For he said to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. So then it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of the Most High that sheweth mercy. For the scripture said unto Pharaoh, even for the same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might shew my power in thee.
Right. So Pharaoh, what happened to Pharaoh in the book of Exodus? He was abusing the Israelites, using them as slaves to build up his kingdom. But that was his purpose, to do that, and the Lord to come and to show his power and destroy Pharaoh. That was his whole purpose of being born, was to be destroyed. It's like Esau, his whole purpose was to be born and to be hated by the Lord and not be shown mercy.
For this same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might shew my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth.
Right, so that's how the Most High shows his power, by destroying somebody, knocking down a kingdom, and that his name could be glorified throughout the whole earth. Because men is nobody. You Edomites are nobody. Your kingdom is gonna fall, man. Like all the brothers say. The scriptures say you're gonna fall. You're gonna be destroyed.
Therefore hath he mercy on whom he will have mercy, and whom he will he hardeneth.
This is This is Psalms chapter 9, verse